All right, guys. Well, I decided it's getting to be the time to put the hood back on the Corvette. And yeah, it's kind of exciting. I've been waiting a long time for this. I do have a few things I got to do before that happens. One is, I don't know why this paint came off, but I guess I didn't do a good job cleaning this area. So I'm going to touch up the paint a little. I think it'll be easier to put the mold and weather stripping on the hood while it's in this kind of position. So I'll do that, a little touch-up paint here and there, and then unfortunately I can't find the little clip that holds this. This is a new cable, replacement cable, that connects the two latches. So inside the car there's a little lever that pushes on this, and then like magic, that rusty ass spring. It was new and I put this back together. It's been sitting around. So there's a clip that goes right here. I'm a little confused by this too. I mean, to me this looks like, doesn't it look like it wants to be like that? Maybe it is like that. Yeah, I guess you put it in and you sort of put it like, it's just, it doesn't really line up that well. But anyway, there's a clip that I need to put here to hold that down. So I'm gonna go to the hardware store and try to find one. They do sell them, but if they have one at the hardware store, I'm just gonna get it because I'm impatient. I'd rather just go get it. All right, so touch-up paint. Yeah, it looks terrible. So I'm gonna clean this up and touch that up, and then I think I have the weather stripping already purchased, I believe. So I'm gonna check, and then I think yeah, I'll mount the hinges in the car first, and then put the hood in that way. All right, next step. All right, so I just used this clip retainer instead of the stock one. I tried to order it and they were out of stock, and I didn't want to use a synthetic one. So I went ahead and used this big rubbery one, which fits fine. But let me show you something that's even more important for this. And that is that when you install this clip, you want to make sure that all of your the movement over here is at a maximum, which means you slide the sleeve all the way, you know, from this angle anyway, you slide it all the way to the right, because the mechanism that opens the hood is going to push on this. This is the driver's side. This is going to push up here, right? And the cable is going to move only one way. So that means if you don't have enough movement over here, if you don't have enough space for this to move all the way, what's going to happen is this will get up like that and stop. So I know this seems like a no-brainer. I'm just saying it because you might think you want to center this, but don't center it. Push it all the way over so that this can open completely. Otherwise, you may not be able to get your hood open. Well, of course, the moment we decide to put the hood on, it starts raining. But let me show you where we are right at the moment. So we got this bolted in, and I've got this foam here right now because the latches are not aligned. So the next step, once I can get out here again, I'll align the hood latches, and then I can final adjust. Well, before that, I have to final adjust the hood because right now it's not quite centered. So the next step will actually be to get the hood gaps and everything correct. And then once I get the hood sitting where I want it, then I'll do the latches, right? But it's progress. Not perfect yet, but it's progress. Okay, we've got the hood pretty much centered. I just put the hood, I don't know what that's called, the hood holder up. I have good gaps all around. And now I want to show you how these work. Those are my alignment tools. So these start off wherever, you know, just get them in the ballpark. So these are loose. And then I've got these PVC pieces here. This is a 3/4 to 1/2 inch. Is it though? No, it's 1 inch to 3/4 actually, PVC. And I sanded this part down a little to get it in there. This part is just stock. So let's go to the other side and I'll show you how this works. Okay, so unhook, release the hood, and so watch this. Okay, well, it's got to be a little closer than that. Let's get it a little more on the money. All right. There we go. So that's aligned. Let's check the other side. Yep. So that's on the money, and yeah, now you can tighten that down, and hopefully when you pull the hood release, it releases. I'll let you know how that goes. Here's what I'm doing to keep track of how much I'm adjusting the hood. Just put some tape on the hood and on the hinge, and then a couple marks, and what I need to do is move the hood back a little and over to the passenger side a little bit. So just going to try to do that only by adjusting the hood bolts. If I have to, I can adjust the hinge bolts, but I'm going to try to do it with just the set of 2 down here. See how that goes. Okay, so I moved it a little to the passenger side. I'm pretty happy with the fitment of the hood now, but I was trying to adjust this nut down here, and I hate to say it, but I've kind of mangled it. And now, and I don't know why this wasn't happening before, but now when I pull the hood release, it sticks. And it seems to be that this cable here is getting jammed up, because when I move the cable, this snaps back. I can push it in, but it used to just snap back, and so when I push down over here, it works. So it's binding somewhere. I might have to just replace this thing. I don't know what happened here. It was hard to get in there, as you guys saw in my other video. So I don't know what's going on with this. I feel bad because it's a brand new piece. But now it's, you know, sticking. It's not smooth. This, I don't know why this was so hard to manage this time, but I've kind of mangled it, trying to hold it, you know, and now I'm paranoid that I'm not getting this tight enough. And if this slips off, you know, you're not opening your hood. So let me focus this. Come on. Anyway, that's what I'm dealing with at the moment. I'll check back. All right, gang. Well, let's take a look at where we're at right now. Let's get the good news first. The good news is the hood is fitting great. It's just a tiny bit below the front nose, which is, I think, what you want, right? And it looks good. Alignment is good. Can't complain. The bad news is, well, let me show you. Nightmare. The bad news is, well, 2 things. One is this part of the hood is riding high, very high. But you can see there's some adjustment room here. So I need to lower the latch pin so that it holds it down lower, which we can do. What we can't do right now is I'm going to pull this hood release and we'll see what happens. So what happens is this side releases, right? It's down in there. That released. Guess what? The other side didn't. So I don't know. I lined it up, but it's not releasing, which means I got to jack the car up now, reach up underneath there and manually release that if I even can. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just hoist the car up, reach up there, and I think I just need to get my hand on the cable or maybe on the latch. I don't know. But one way or another, I might have to loosen. That would be hard. I might have to loosen that pin over there and move it around. I did use the alignment tools, so back to the drawing board on that. Kind of sucks, but that's where I'm at. Whew. Okay, so it wasn't as bad as I thought. I was able to reach under this part of the, let me show you, this part of the hood and just press this and get the other side to release. I think what was happening is this is still not aligned. I think it's too far over this way, and it was kind of interfering with this part right here. So I'm gonna realign this because I did move the hood. Maybe I need to do a final realignment of these. So I'm gonna do that right now, and then we'll see what's happening. But it appears to be working okay. It just needs a little adjustment. Okay, guys, let's see if we can get some hood closure. So I went ahead and realigned these, and moment of truth. Okay, here we go. All right, that side is down. That side is down. Let's see what happens when we pull this janky ass hood release cable. Oh. Nope, still not releasing. So I got to figure out what's going on here. Yeah, hang on. All right, so here's what I've discovered is that when I reach in here, what is going on there? That's not good. When I reach in here and push this by hand, that side releases. So it's not an alignment issue. These are aligned okay. The issue is this isn't moving far enough. I think it's just opening so far, and then it's not releasing the other side. So what I might try to do is move the cable position here so it's pulling a little more on the other side just to start with. And then that just involves taking the pin out up there and getting a little more preload on that. So we could try that first. But I think ultimately maybe this is not supposed to be bent like that. So that's one point, and then the other point is here. Maybe this whole thing could come a little more towards the front, and then that would move this forward a little. It's too bad these aren't independent, but I have to do something to get this to apply more pressure, and it's also sticking. Oh, it's really hard now. I don't know what's happening, but this is just getting harder and harder to move. Maybe it's just a bad hood release. I'm not sure, but it's not releasing on its own. So that's another issue. Because if it's in the, if it's in the extended position, and then I go to close the hood, then this could potentially be landing right on top of this. There we go, folks. So let me show you what I did. I moved, like I said, I moved this one down, and I moved that one up, because as you can see, the way this works is the farther the pin is up towards the back of the car, less it's going to grab less on here. So however, this one if you move the pin, if you move this down, you're also moving this down. So you're getting more throw. And as long as it's just finding a balance between getting this to move enough and then having the pin in the position. That's why it has to be in the right position, because if it's too far forward, this lip could maybe not release fully. And if it's too far back, then this lever is not moving this enough. The other side's a little easier because you just have to position the pin and make sure that this is tight enough. Okay, so that problem is solved. There is the hood height problem, which is when, okay, so yeah, see, this is the issue with this. I have to push this in instead of it just snapping back automatically. So if I latch these, okay, they're latched, but they're sticking way up. So the way we fix that is we first unlatch our hood, which unlatches now. Then we're gonna screw these in, because these dictate the height of the hood. So you just literally like screw these down and they move down, and then that's where your hood is gonna be. So I'm gonna do that, just keep screwing this in a little, and eventually we'll get to the right height. And then you can adjust these bumpers. If there's any, you know, jiggle in it, any rattle, you can move this one up. But first I'm just gonna start with this all the way down, and then I'm gonna use a screwdriver and screw these guys in until we get the hood at the right height. All right, so it's closer, but we still need that much. The other side is a little more dialed in, but I'll show you. Let's just see how much I can move that pin and how much this will lower. And I know I have to do some touch up right there. But you can see the height, so this will be a good test. All right, so you saw how much farther down it has to go. So let's just see, let's count these twists and we'll see how many rotations this, we're gonna do a half, and let's do one more half. And see, that's just literally screwing into that down there. All right, let's check it. Okay, so it moved it down a little, but it's not there yet. So let's do a couple more turns, maybe 3 more half. Okay, this is 3 more half turns. I think we're there. And the reason I think that is because this is pretty much perfect. It's right on. Again, here it's just a tiny bit higher here than here, which is what I want. I mean, either even or a little lower on the hood. This is all really good. And then I did notice that right at the top, it's kind of weird. This is all really nice, and then right at the top, it's like, oh, comes up a little. But maybe we can work with that. I can probably bring this down a little, but then that starts. This is already even, so if I bring this down here, then this starts to get a little low over here. Anyway, I'm really happy with this. Let's see if my hood release still works. Heaven forbid. There we go. I might be able to dial that in a tiny bit more, but all right, guys, job is done. I just put on the molding, and that's all set now. So let's take a look at the finished product, at least for right now. I think, do I have to go over there? Ooh, that side is, I don't want to drop the hood yet. All right, that's tight. I just put the molding on, but that's the fitment right now. So it is good. Yeah, everything's really where it should be. I love that this is just a tiny bit higher right here. And this is all good. Still, this part sticks up a tiny bit. I don't know why that is, like, sticking up there. but not right there. So that could just be, you know, this particular hood. All right, let's see how it opens now. Oh, thank goodness. Well, at least it opens. What did let's see. So let me close with recap. Is you want to have these more forward to get this. See, and that's still, oh God, this is so crappy. Yeah, unfortunately this doesn't just release, so I have to push it. But you do need to have this, you know, forward enough so that it's going to hit here. That's very important. And then on the other side, if you want to move this one back, it will release easier. So if they're not releasing, try moving them just back, and you can see why, right? So if it's kind of back, it might release here, but if it's more forward, it might have to be all the way open like this to release. Because basically the only thing holding the hood down is this. It goes underneath that right there. It just goes right in there on that side. So this side doesn't matter. It's only this side that matters, how far that is forward and backwards. Okay, and you can adjust them a little. That's pretty much it. I got a little, you know, I have paint touch up to do, but I'm happy with this. Let's just let the hood drop and see if it, there we go. Bam. All right, thanks for watching, you guys. I'm excited that the car is, we're making progress. So, see you guys next time.